This is Colombia. A fascinating country for its landscapes, its people, and its natural riches. A country that works day in and day out to overcome the challenges it faces as a society and thus consolidate the path to growth and development. With its strategic location, with coastlines in 2 oceans, a growing infrastructure and sound democratic institutions, Colombia presents itself to the world today as a country full of investment and business opportunities. Deep inside Colombia's eastern mountain range, men and women with ancestral knowledge of the mountains work hard to find something unique. Colombian emeralds. Colombia is the largest producer of emeralds in the world, appreciated and recognized for their color, quality, and beauty. Colombia is the world's 5th largest coal exporter. On the north coast near the Caribbean Sea, there are some of the world's largest coal mining projects. There, expert Colombians in the management of colossal technologies extract this important energy source. In the department of Córdoba, in one of the largest ferronickel operations in the world, hundreds of tons of nickel have been processed over the past 35 years, a mineral used in an alloy of a myriad of everyday products. The mountains of the Colombian Andes also house large amounts of mineral that has been a store of value over time. Gold. Today, companies from several countries produce gold using different technologies, contributing to the development of regions and their inhabitants. The country also houses a significant wealth of minerals such as coal and salt, which are processed for the local market. A salt cathedral was built inside a tunnel of one of these mines, which is now an international tourist attraction, acknowledged as a remarkable mine closure. The mining sector currently contributes 2% of the gross domestic product, generating 152,000 direct jobs and well-being for thousands of families in different regions of the country. But this is just the beginning. The mineral potential of this country is yet to be discovered. Geological studies have shown the existence of deposits yet to be developed. That is why the National Mining Agency, following relevant studies and consultations with the communities as well as environmental and local authorities, designates strategic mining areas where the development of mining projects has the possibility of benefiting everyone. The management of mining companies is thereby facilitated, since prior studies of the geological potential of the area are available, along with the necessary conditions regarding social and environmental standards, making the development of projects possible. For this purpose, the National Mining Agency advances strategies in the regions close to the communities to foster social licensing, which goes hand in hand with the development of one of the pillars of the mining authority, the demystification of the activity. This is the case in certain areas of the Perijá Mountains, where copper deposit potential has been found. Colombia is searching for companies that share its vision of mining, to consolidate a responsible, inclusive, and safe industry that embraces the best national and international practices. A country being built by its sustainable mining operations, forging a better future. National Mining Agency.
Buenos días para todos. Un saludo para todos los que nos acompañan el día de hoy. Mi nombre es Miguel Andrés Becerra, de la Agencia Nacional de Minería, y nuevamente tengo el gusto de ser el conductor de la Rueda de Negocios número 14 y la tercera del año 2022. A todos les quiero dar una cálida bienvenida. Hemos tenido unos problemas técnicos con el video, les pido excusas de parte de todo el equipo. Para la Agencia Nacional de Minería es un placer contar con su participación en tan importante evento, cuyo objetivo principal es brindar espacios que permitan acercar la oferta nacional de minerales y proyectos mineros con la demanda nacional e internacional. Las ruedas de negocio de la Agencia Nacional de Minería iniciaron en el año 2020 y se han ido posicionando en el sector minero colombiano y mercados de varios países a la fecha, y la Agencia Nacional de Minería ha organizado 13 ruedas de negocios de minerales como carbón, oro y metales preciosos, cobre y esmeraldas, logrando así consolidar esta estrategia de promoción como una ventana de oportunidades para el sector minero colombiano. En el marco de las acciones que se adelantan para la reactivación económica del país, en la que la minería se destaca como un motor de desarrollo económico y social, la Agencia Nacional de Minería tiene como propósitos fundamentales: primero, incrementar la producción; segundo, diversificar la canasta de minerales; y por tercero, elevar los niveles de formalidad de la actividad minera con las mejores prácticas. En este sentido, la agencia avanza permanentemente en el fortalecimiento y modernización del sector, lo que ha permitido que hoy Colombia cuente con una autoridad minera moderna, tecnificada y con nuevos mecanismos para promover una minería sostenible, competitiva y orientada a la gestión social. De manera que esta rueda de negocios tiene como objetivo presentar la oferta nacional de esmeraldas para establecer contactos entre productores y clientes e inversionistas potenciales o nuevos mercados que permitan la apertura de oportunidades y el establecimiento de relaciones comerciales para beneficio de todos los interesados. Asimismo, las ruedas de negocio son el mejor escenario para visibilizar el impacto de la actividad minera en Colombia y el potencial mineral de nuestro país. En el caso de la esmeralda, sus características y calidad han convertido en un sello de identidad respecto a esmeraldas de otras partes del mundo. Sin duda, Colombia es el principal productor y exportador de este mineral de alta calidad en el mundo. Antes de iniciar, es importante tener en cuenta que este evento cuenta con una traducción simultánea. Los asistentes podrán seleccionar el idioma de su preferencia entre español o inglés, usando la opción habilitada en la barra inferior de la transmisión, tanto en equipos de cómputo como en los equipos móviles. La agenda de hoy comenzará con la intervención de Juan Camilo Hoyos, quien presentará un panorama de la actividad minera de esmeraldas en Colombia. Seguido, tendremos una conferencia del experto en esmeraldas, el doctor Gabriel Angarita Sarmiento, quien presentará cifras relacionadas con el potencial de las esmeraldas colombianas. Posteriormente, daremos paso a paso a las presentaciones de los productores de esmeraldas, a cargo de las empresas que amablemente han aceptado la invitación a participar en esta rueda de negocios, en calidad de oferentes. Para esta ocasión contamos con un portafolio de 6 proyectos mineros, ubicados en los departamentos de Cundinamarca y Boyacá, en el centro del país, donde se cuenta con el mayor potencial para yacimientos de este mineral. Las personas que tengan preguntas sobre cada una de las presentaciones podrán enviarlas directamente al correo electrónico promoción@anm.gov.co y las respuestas les serán remitidas en forma posterior al evento. Asimismo, quienes se encuentren interesados en celebrar reuniones uno a uno con las empresas expositores en esta rueda deben enviar su solicitud al correo electrónico promoción@anm.gov.co indicando de forma expresa el nombre de la empresa oferente con la que ustedes desean reunirse. Una vez finalizado este evento, la Agencia Nacional de Minería estará atenta a dichas solicitudes de reunión para preparar la agenda e informar oportunamente a cada uno de los participantes. Las reuniones uno a uno tendrán una duración estimada de 1 hora y los representantes de la Agencia Nacional de Minería no intervendrán en las mismas. Solamente verificarán que los participantes estén debidamente conectados, de manera que el desarrollo de cada reunión estará a cargo de los clientes y oferentes potenciales respectivos. Teniendo claro lo anterior, quiero darle la bienvenida a Juan Camilo Hoyos, compañero de la Agencia Nacional de Minería, miembro del equipo de promoción. Adelante, Juan Camilo.
Gracias, Miguel. Okay, so I would like you to give all of you the warmest welcome to the third of 8 roundtables planned for 2022. The National Mining Agency is the mining authority in Colombia. As our main activities, we are responsible for managing our country's resources, as well as granting and monitoring mining title concessions and the promotion of the mining activity. One of the promotion strategies for the Colombian mining sector is centered in opening new markets through different activities, such as the business roundtable that we're going to have today focused on emeralds. As you will see in the presentations prepared for this event, Colombia stands out as an important emerald producer. Today, we will present investment and purchasing opportunity for this precious gem. However, first, let me present to you an overview of the emerald sector in Colombia. Next, please. Colombian emeralds are today an international benchmark with high acceptance in the global jewelry sector. Colombia is the world's largest exporter of cut emeralds with the highest quality gems in the world. Thus, emerald mining activity is essential for our country and regions which benefit from this mining activity. Next, please. The hydrothermal sedimentary origin of Colombian emeralds is unique in the world and provides special quality characteristics that stands out internationally. Those are brilliance, transparency, hardness, and color. On this map, you can see that the emerald potential in Colombia is concentrated in the eastern and western belts in the center of the country. Next, please. Colombia has more than 1,000 titles, emerald mining titles, and we have received 422 applications, which indicates the existing interest to continue developing and extracting emeralds in the country. The exploitation is carried out by underground operations. Main producing departments are Boyacá and Cundinamarca, where municipalities as Muso, Quipama, Maripí, San Pablo de Borbur, Gachapá, and Duala stands out. Next, please. Unpolished emerald export destination for 2021 were the Bogotá Free Trade Zone, United Arab Emirates, and Hong Kong. This represented nearly $21 million. It's important to stand out that Bogotá Free Trade Zone is representative because it is where Grupo Muso's gem cut workshops are located. 57% of the carved emeralds are exported to the United States, 26% to Hong Kong, and the remaining percentages to countries as Japan, Thailand, Italy, among others. All of these being the main destinations for Colombian emeralds. Next, please. The National Mining Agency has developed a single registry of mineral traders that it's called RUCOM. This has positioned itself as one of the main tools that the National Mining Agency has to control the commercialization of minerals in the country. RUCOM is supported by a technological platform that certifies natural and legal persons that commercialize, consume, or benefit from minerals in the Colombian territory. This is with the purpose of providing a greater transparency and competitiveness to the mineral commercialization activity in Colombia. Next, please. Next, please. So on behalf of the Colombian government, I would like to thank you for your attention and for granting us the opportunity to introduce our huge emerald potential for those attending this event. I would also like to invite you to see the presentations of the different companies and our guest speaker from the Investigation and Development Center, CDTech. Please send your questions, anyone you have, request for the one-to-one meeting throughout the channels that we have enabled for this important audience. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias, Juan Camilo, por la presentación. Les queremos recordar que en el chat del evento encontrarán la encuesta de evaluación de esta rueda, la cual los invitamos a ir diligenciando. En este momento quiero saludar al doctor Gabriel Angarita Sarmiento, director general del Centro de Investigación y Desarrollo, CDT-EC, y experto en esmeraldas. Bienvenido, doctor Angarita.
Buenos días. Hi, how are you? How's everyone? I want to thank everyone. I will be very short, and I want to say hello to everyone who is presenting today, all the speakers from the minor owners of the titles, and especially I see my friend Warren Boyd is in the room. So hi, Warren, you won't let me lie. Let me see if I can share my screen. Just a minute. Okay, my name is Gabriel Angarita, and I'm CEO for the CDTech, which is a non-profit organization, which was established by the Colombian, 3 agencies from the Colombian government and 3 guild organizations from the Colombian emerald supply chain. So we were established 13 years ago with the purpose of doing research, and research focused on the emeralds and the emerald industry in all these phases. So that being said, if you have any questions, you can come to us. You can see in all the slides, there's my email address. You can email anytime. Let me begin with the potential. I'm going to talk to you about the potential of Colombian emeralds. I know there are investors, so I think the most important thing for you guys is to understand what's the potential of the Colombian emerald industry. I'm presenting you here a map. Juan Camilo talked to you about where the emeralds are located. There are different districts, which we call departments, departamentos. And this is the main one, the Boyacá department. So basically we have 2 areas in which several studies have projected that there's the potential for the emerald production. However, despite the fact that we have these long and very big areas, we only know a few mines that are currently working and extracting the goods. Also, why is this happening? Because we have a long chain of mountains that divide these 2, we call it emerald belts, because they are elongated shape. And we have a chain of mountains that divide these 2 emerald belts. So we just named them the Eastern Belt and the Western Belt. So we have very famous mines like Muso Mine and Coscuez Mine that belong to the Eastern Belt, and the famous mine of Chibor in the Western Belt is Muso and Eastern Belt is Chibor. And we have different other mines, but these are three very important locations. Why? Because mining has been conducted for more than 500 years. So these mines were known since before the Spanish came to this continent. So basically, the natives were mining these areas since more than 500 years. Some studies estimate that the locals knew emeralds around 1,000 years before the Spanish came. And if you see the light green areas or the green areas, so we can see that what we have mined is very little. Despite the fact that we have these long spaces where we can probably find, only the people has been focusing on the places that we have been seeing emerald production of some kind. So Muso, which is the main exporter of rough emeralds, as you saw in the last presentation, they export 75% to the free trade zone in Bogota. They are mining the same area that Spanish were mining 500 years ago. And there is no new mines rather than Maripi that was mined and discovered probably in the 1990s. So these three main locations, they are not particular mines, because what you have to understand is that when I talked about Muso, Coscuez, and Chibor, I'm not talking about a particular mine. I'm talking about the place, a district. So there are many places in which you can search for emeralds. We have, as our main purpose is to do research, we have been walking around and getting samples from around these mountains, and we see the potential in many, many other places. Like, let me see if I can draw with a pen. So to this side, there is a big potential, and there are a lot of areas in this side that are also very promising. The problem with Colombian emeralds is that the problem and also the advantage is that the geological conditions in which they were born, Juan Camilo said it well, we are sedimentary rocks, also make it a little bit more difficult to understand the geology. And therefore, we have to really study and understand what's going on. Actually, we worked with the Fura Gems, which is the company that's mining the Coscuez mine, in order to understand and produce a geological model to understand how emeralds grew and where did they grow. Why? Because this is going to save time and this is going to save money for investors. So what happens when you have, as you saw, there are more than 1,000 titles, which are places in which you can potential, but there's a lot of uncertainty, because a lot of places, they don't have the proper studies. So what we do is we do research. Actually, we're conducting a very big study, a 5-year study, in which we're trying to understand what's the difference between emeralds from Colombia and emeralds from other sources. But not only that, we are also trying to understand the differences between mines within Colombia. What that basically means is we're trying to understand what makes Muso emerald different from Coscuez emerald different from the geochemical and gemological standpoint of view. So basically, we're every year we are traveling to the mining areas and we're collecting samples, and we're doing efforts with the 2 major universities, Universidad Nacional de Colombia and Universidad de los Andes, also with another partners from Paris, like Professor Giuliani and some other researchers, in order to understand how and where are the emeralds located, to reduce the uncertainty. The only way in which you can, as an investor, have more, in which you can have more assurance that the money you're investing is going to come back, is through research. there's a lot of research which has been which needs to be done. Also, there's I want to also tell you why Colombian emeralds are different and why we always claim that Colombian emeralds are the best. We have different factors, but one of them is geology. The conditions are almost unique around the world. We know another place where conditions are a little bit similar, but so far the only place in which sedimentary rocks are being host large deposit of emeralds is in Colombia. We have a long tradition, long tradition. Colombian emeralds have been getting to the markets since the 1500s, since the Spanish started mining the emeralds until maybe 1830s when the Russian emeralds were discovered. And then most beautiful and most valuable emeralds come from Colombia. We have a lot of potential. As I showed you, I don't have numbers because it would be a little bit irresponsible. As I said before, the geological conditions in which emeralds are born make it so hard to tell a number. To say a number is very difficult, but what I can really say is that despite the fact that we only have 3 or 4 places in which we are mining the emeralds, and geological studies conducted by the Colombian Geological Survey places and have these long sites, these long regions in which we can potentially find, we only have been mining the same areas. So the potential is huge. And by itself, we have things like color. The geology also not only implies that they are unique because of the geology, but there's another factor, which is that the amounts of iron present in the structure is low in comparison with the emeralds from other sources. Usually Colombian emeralds come in large sizes. Or people who knows about emeralds know that Afghan emeralds are also beautiful. Pakistan emeralds are also beautiful, but in large sizes, Colombian emeralds are king. The luster are beautiful. Everyone who's in the market and who buys and sells emeralds knows about the luster and how the fire emeralds, Colombian emeralds display, and origin, which is linked to tradition. Markets are willing to pay more, a premium, only because of the fact that the emerald comes from Colombia. And that's a very important issue, because if you have emerald from different places, markets are going to prefer the tradition and all the other factors that makes Colombian emeralds unique. I don't want to take more of your time because I know this is a business talk and I want to let you do your business, and I'm sure there are some projects in which you're going to be very interested. So I will leave you to the business. If you have any question, you can find me in my social networks, or you can WhatsApp me anytime. We're, as a research center, where our purpose is to give information and to help you in any way in which we possibly can. So thank you very much. Thank you to the National Mining Agency for inviting me to this talk, and I hope to see you next time.
Muchísimas gracias a usted, doctor Angarita. Sabemos que esta información que nos acaba de dar es de gran valor para todos los empresarios e inversionistas interesados en desarrollar los proyectos mineros en Colombia. Y para todos los que hoy nos acompañan, quiero darle un saludo especial a todas las personas que se conectan desde Reino Unido, Estados Unidos, España y Colombia, entre otros países interesados en las esmeraldas colombianas y las ofertas de nuestros productores. A partir de este momento empezaremos la ronda de presentaciones por parte de las empresas oferentes, a quienes les damos la bienvenida y agradecemos su participación en este encuentro. Recordemos que las preguntas que surjan de estas presentaciones deben ser remitidas al correo promoción@anm.gov.co. Para iniciar, le quiero dar la bienvenida al señor Diego Castañeda, de la empresa Norcol Colombia SAS y Esmeraldas de Coscuez SAS. Bienvenido y por favor adelante con su presentación, señor Castañeda.
Muchas gracias, Miguel. Muy amable. Good morning to everyone. My name is Diego Castañeda. I'm a shareholder of the company Esmeraldas de Coscuez. Today I'm in company with Mrs. Alejandra Lopez, which is the CEO of Norcol Colombia. She's here with us today, so I would like to introduce her. I don't know if you want to say hi to everyone. Alejandra.
Good morning. Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, Alejandra. Yes.
I'm Alejandra Lopez, lawyer and CEO of Norcol Colombia. We are a mining operators in the Esmeraldas de Coscuez company. Today we have a very interesting project with important advances mining reserves. With Diego will proceed to present to you. Thank you, everyone. We are happy to be here with you. Diego.
Thank you, Alejandra. Could you please share the presentation? I think you send it to them, right? Okay, thank you. Next, please. Okay. Our company was granted the mining title EDL 112 on January 21st, 2004, and was recorded in the National Mining Register on May 28th, 2004. This title expires on May 28th, 2034, with the option to extend for another 30 years. The mining concession is located on the municipality of San Pablo de Borbur, Otanche, in the department of Boyacá. Our environmental license was granted through resolution number 838 on September 13th, 2004. Was approved by the Environmental Authority, Corpo Boyacá. Our environmental license, as evidenced in the CMC, does not overlap with national protected areas. The area of the concession is 121 hectares. The integrated building and works program was granted through resolution number GTRN 0032 on February 18, 2009. The legal framework that governs the concession is Law 685 of 2001, Decree 1073 of 2015. Next, please. As I said before, our company is situated on the municipality of San Pablo de Borbur, in the northwestern portion of the department of Boyacá, approximately 233 kilometers north of the city of Bogotá and 320 kilometers east of the city of Medellin, with very good access roads. Next slide, please. We have in our company a group of investors who at the same time are small shareholders of the company. Among them, we have Hexa Resources and we have Norcol Colombia. The Norcol Colombia, which has been granted a contract to exploit the mine Jerusalem, which is within our mine title EDL 112. Next, please. The highlights of our project, one of the highlights of our project is that we are located in the Coscuez mine area, which is renowned worldwide. They have a big recognition for the, one of the best mining, emerald mining in the world. Our mining has all the legal permits for correct mining operation, mining title, environmental license, and we also have the RUCOM. Our project has geological exploration and important studies of reserve. We have a highly qualified and experienced team, and we have very good access roads to the project. Next, please. Next, please. The EDL 122 mining concession is one of the few concessions in the region that have geological studies. The Norco Colombia, as operator, did a core drilling, and all the data was collected under supervision of senior level geologists using accepted international exploration standards, and resulting information is believed to be highly reliable. In order to test the presence of emerald, continuity and volume potential of the mineralization of the Cosquez area, the Norco completed 1,497 meters of diamond drilling in 19 holes. About 392 samples of all type of has been collected by Norco Colombia for geochemical and analytical purposes with excellent results. These specific results will be shared with the interested parties under a confidential agreement once a negotiation process is established. So basically, this is the presentation of our company. I would like to thank you. I would like to thank everyone for listening to us, and we hope this information was very precise and complete, so we can start some business and maybe have more investors in a company. We would like to welcome more investors. We already have 3, and we are welcome more, because the more we have, the more options the emeralds will come. So thank you everyone for listening, and goodbye.
Señor Castañeda, muchísimas gracias por su presentación. En este momento le quiero dar la bienvenida a la señora María Camila Quintero, de la empresa Geoming. Adelante con su presentación, señora María Camila.
Thank you, Miguel. Just give me a moment to set up my screen, and I'll start. Okay, so thank you, Miguel, for the introduction, and thank you to all our viewers, also to the National Mining Agency for letting us be here for the second time. I'm Maria Camila Quintero. I occupy the position for Business Liaison for Geoming, and I'm pretty excited on showing you what are the highlights of our project for further investment. So, as many of you have heard already, Colombia is basically a worldwide recognized highest quality emerald producer, also is the largest emerald producer worldwide. So in 2021, Colombian producers were successful at exporting $15 million in raw emeralds, and also $110 million in carved emeralds. The funny thing about this is that these data or numbers that you see in here are actually represented by 2 or 3 main companies, productive companies inside Boyacá regions. These 2 or 3 companies are actually responsible for about the 80 to the 90% of the production volumes you see in here. And our mine, Geoming mine, happens to be located inside that very same failure line as those companies are located in. We're also inside Colombia's eastern productive emerald belt, which happens to be the most productive one. And we also count with the most experienced professionals. When I say professionals, are topography and geological engineers inside the industry that have been able to succeed in leading high volume and high quality projects inside the most productive mines inside the country. So our company, Geomink, is a fully licensed Colombian company, which is dedicated to emerald exploration, exploitation, and trading through operating activities inside their mine called Huacari. As I stated before, this mine is located inside the municipality of Quipama in Boyacá, inside the eastern belt of Colombia. In our timeline, you can see that on 2011, we started the exploration, but our main milestone in that year was that we were able to locate and identify the productive area and structure, basically the failure line for emeralds, that has resulted in the discovery of emerald samples from 2017 from 2021. So as a company, our competitive advantage relies in three main aspects. The first is that our mine, again, is located inside the most productive emerald belt inside Colombia. The second one is that we have already identified a productive structure that pretty much assures investors that results will come fast and will come successfully. And third, we count on a professional team with over 20 years experience leading emerald production and exploitation on that very same location. So this is our mining project overview. We operate under a legal contract granted legally, which is the BKR 091 contract within the municipality of Quipama in Boyacá on the foothills of the Eastern Mountain Range. This is a mine that is located 210 kilometers away from the capital, which is Bogota. And our contracted area has an extension of 125 hectares, 6 meters of tunnel exploration, and a vertical well of 10 meters. So as you can see on the map that you see on the right, Huacari mine is located inside that same failure line as most of these highly productive mines on actual exploitation, which are Puerto Arturo, Muso, La Pita, Cunas, Polveros, and Jacopí. It contains emerald mineralization between the region of Jacopí and Pauna, and the emerald positive manifestations pretty much make this a highly attractive project. So because of this specific region tradition, and according to the geological history and tradition, again, the belonging emeralds to this area are pretty much characterized by its high size or dimensions. Of course, it's high quality, and they're considered as the best in the world. As a company, we're estimating a production volume, an initial and conservative production volume from 20,000 to 150,000 carats per year. However, these numbers are expected to get higher as exploration and exploitation increases. So how are we doing on our current infrastructure as a company? Our current infrastructure basically relies on 6 main aspects. We have a 600-meter van explorer tunnel and a 10-vertical well in the mine. We have an access road extremely close to the mine. We count with a 250-meter camp with dormitories and fully equipped, storehouses for wood cutting and for tools storage, and finally some sedimentation tanks for daily activities. However, most important part of this presentation is to talk to you about what we're looking at as a company. We're basically looking out for an initial investment of $5 million, which will be invested in infrastructure, of course, security and equipment, everything related to daily operations. But most importantly, what we're looking at is for tunnel sustaining infrastructure, perfecting that tunnel sustaining infrastructure, and most importantly, extending our exploration and exploitation. The important thing to highlight about this initial investment is that investors will get the chance to see this return and break-even point 3 years after this initial investment. We are actually expecting to have higher numbers that we have calculated, so investors will get the chance to have higher returns than expected. So our operating volume projections for this investment and further development rely on execution, opening, and exploitation. For execution, we're aiming to keep going on a 250 meters length central tunnel exploration and exploitation along the axis of the structure towards southern limits of the mining title, followed by an opening of a tunnel of 500 meters, opening towards the south, and its exploration and exploitation through the determined structure axis towards the northern limit of the mining title. And finally, exploitation of 2 vertical wells, one in the north and one in the south, aiming to exploit the structure in depth by levels and with projections of horizontal tunnels. So last but not least, why you should invest in this project. First, because of our location and structure. Again, we're located inside that same productive failure line as most productive emerald companies and mines inside the country. Second, we've successfully identified the productive structure or veins associated with this mineralization of emeralds, and we have already had some visibility on emerald specimens. Third, the investment. You'll get the chance to see shares after 3 years of your initial investment. And finally, the human talent. You'll be able to strategically ally with some of the best and most experienced engineers that have worked with the most productive mines inside the country that have led already incredibly successful productions that have been exported. So thank you very much for your attention, and thank you again to the National Mining Agency for letting us be here for a second time. You'll be able to contact us on our main email or even by phone number. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias, María Camila, por la intervención y a todos los que al momento se han dirigido a la audiencia para presentar información de gran interés sobre el sector de las esmeraldas en Colombia. Antes de continuar, nuevamente les recordamos que en el chat del evento encontrarán la encuesta de evaluación de esta rueda, la cual los quiero invitar a diligenciar. En este momento seguimos nuestras presentaciones con el señor Jonathan Basalel de la empresa Bogotá Esmeralda Mar. Un saludo, señor Jonathan.
Buenos días, Miguel, gracias. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm very honored to be here and to present our project, aptly named Benny's Project, named after my father, who always had the dream to be an emerald mine owner here in Colombia. We're just going to go over some basic information today about the project, some exploration activities that we've done, some project data, and finally, what kind of an investment you can do with us today. First of all, our concession contract is number 500,008. It's located in the vicinity of Itoko North, Itoko South, Agua Fria, and the Macanal districts. This all belongs in the municipality of Quipama in the department of Boyacá. And the best part of this mine is the size, nearly 200 acres. Right now, we have just recently signed our contract with the Colombian government. It was approximately 6 months ago in November of 2020. So right now we're searching for someone to come help us operate and help us with the exploration of the mine. Who are we? Who is Bogota Emerald Mart? That would be Benny Betzalel, my father, who founded this company in 1998. He arrived in Colombia over 40 years ago to start in this business. And he created one of the largest and best exporting brokerage firms in the country. We export to all the companies all around the world in any type of quality of emerald, cut and rough. Who am I? I am the international sales manager of Bogota Emerald Mart. I've been with the company for over 16 years, and I'm also the vice president of ACOLEX, which is the association of the exporters of Colombian emeralds. Here we can see that we have already started with some sampling in the area. And some of the good news of this mine is that we are found on the Capotes Formation, which is also affected by the fault mine, the fault also known as Itoco, which is one of the better known faults that you want to be on for Colombian emeralds. Here is a picture of the mine where they're taking some information, some samples of the rocks. And we have sent all this information to the labs. We don't have anything yet. As I said, we're a young, fresh mine. We're starting everything new. And we hope to have some good news very, very soon. But some of the things that we have seen during this sampling phase are some very important minerals to see in the area. What are we seeing? We're seeing calcite, we're seeing pyrite, and we're seeing quartz. These are very important minerals to see when you're looking for Colombian emeralds. And since we're seeing that, that's very exciting for us to start already. This is one of my favorite pictures of this presentation. This right here shows us the topography. And if you look from north to south, you can see clearly that we're on the Itoco faults. And underneath that, we have the Capotes Formation. So that's very good news, very exciting information for us. Since we started taking out samples and looking through the area, we have identified 2 places that we want to start our mine entrances. And as you can see there, those 2 points are very key because they're on the fault lines of Itoco. And with an investment today, what we would probably start doing is start doing deep drilling in those areas to make sure that we're starting in the correct area so that we can take out emeralds as soon as possible and we can get a quicker return on investment for you. And it will be less expensive to go into the exploitation stage of this project. A little bit more of information on our project. As I mentioned earlier, we signed a contract in November of 2021, which is a 30-year contract renewable for another 30 years. So that's going to be great. What we want to do with an investment today is we want to start the PTO studies. We want to do drilling. We want to do everything properly so that we know where we can go to get these emeralds and get them out quickly and get them to the consumers. We are asking today for an initial investment of $5 million. That's going to go straight for the exploration, for drilling, for opening the entrance of the mines in strategic places, so we know that we can start working quickly and getting all the paperwork and doing everything correctly as possible. What type of investment? Well, we're open to ideas. As I said, we're a fresh mine, we're a new mine. We're open to selling shares. We're open to strategic alliances, capital investment. That's all points that we can talk about. We are looking for someone to come in to partner with us to help us with the exploration. And then when we have the real good news that we have plenty of emeralds underneath that land, we want to go into exploitation with our partner. And why invest with us? Why should you work with us? As I said, we're fresh, we're new, we have a lot of ideas, we have a great team. My father that has been here for over 40 years has amazing clients. We have amazing clients all over the world that need and want to buy Colombian emeralds. We always say, it's not that we can't sell, we need the product. Once we have the product, we can sell to all of our top clients all around the world. And that's why you should invest with us. We have the buyers for these stones. Thank you very much for your attention and have a great day.
Muchas gracias a usted, señor Basalel. Y continuando con este nutrido bloque de presentaciones, quiero darle paso al señor Carlos Alberto Alzate Cañón, del proyecto minero Malacara. Tiene usted la palabra, señor Carlos Alberto.
Muy buenos días, muy amable. Muy agradecido con la Agencia Nacional de Minería por facilitarnos la presentación de nuestros proyectos. El proyecto que tengo a continuación para poner en oferta a los posibles inversionistas es un proyecto de explotación en el cinturón esmeraldífero de Oriente. Puedo compartir pantalla en este momento para presentar el proyecto.
Adelante, señor Carlos Alberto.
Muy amable. ¿Ya está compartiendo bien?
Sí, señor, ya lo estamos viendo.
Bueno, muy amable. Bueno, el proyecto se encuentra ubicado en el área de Ubalá, Cundinamarca, en el cinturón esmeraldífero de Oriente. Está bajo el título minero HJU 15471X, en los linderos también de la mina de hierro de la Cerilla Paz de Río en Santuario. Esto hace parte de la sección Malacara en los estudios de la Agencia Nacional de Minería que se hizo en el 2005, con una localización de la falla que viene del sector de Chibor y Gachalá. Como mencioné anteriormente, el título se encuentra demarcado con la placa HJU 15471X en el municipio de Igualá, con un área de 387 hectáreas que se amplía a más o menos unos 450, 500 hectáreas por la nueva demarcación de las cuadrículas de la Agencia Nacional de Minería. Da una altimetría entre 1960 y 1770 metros sobre el nivel del mar. El acceso es por la vía La Calera, Guasco-Gualá, a la mina del Cerro Malacara. Es una distancia más o menos de Bogotá a la mina de 140 kilómetros de distancia. Aparte de la esmeralda, también tenemos unos recursos de hierro, pues, que más adelante estamos estudiando para hacer las reservas de hierro. Cuenta en este momento con PTO aprobado, el estudio de impacto ambiental radicado ante la corporación y se encuentra en trámite de evaluación. El tipo de recurso de minerales está en hidrotermal, hospedado en rocas sedimentarias. Se encuentra entre las zonas geológicas de la formación del Chibor, Santa Rosa y Lotitas de Macanal. tenemos en este momento ya una exploración de unos 750, 800 metros de túneles exploratorios y con una exploración detallada de más del 90% del área total del título. A continuación le coloco para que
Proyecto minero Minas Malacara. Malacara será ejemplo de minería bien hecha en la región. El proyecto está ubicado en una región pujante y rica en minerales. La región también se destaca por estar en el centro del cinturón esmeraldífero de Oriente, el cual es una zona productiva caracterizada por los altos estándares de calidad de sus esmeraldas. En la zona afloran menas polimetálicas a las estructuras geológicas asociadas a las esmeraldas. Malacara dispone de una gran cantidad de recursos minerales. Estos recursos se encuentran a lo largo de sus 447 hectáreas establecidas en un área de concesión de 2.8 kilómetros y 3.7 kilómetros de largo, que corresponden al título HJU 15471X. El área abarca los dos flancos del Cerro Malacara y el costado occidental del Cerro Mirolindo. Estas estructuras albergan una gran cantidad de recursos mineros, debido a los procesos orogénicos que propiciaron su formación. Malacara está privilegiado por un alto potencial geológico, caracterizado por la presencia de formaciones geológicas estratégicas y de gran importancia para la minería. En el sector noroccidental se encuentra la formación Lutitas de Macanal, que se caracteriza por contener pizarras y areniscas, además de ser propensa a contener venas de material mineralizado. En el mismo sector también encontramos la formación Chivor, la cual tiene rocas evaporíticas de origen marino, que son útiles para la industria petrolera. La formación Calizas del Guavio es la formación predominante en el título, y esta formación es de gran interés minero debido a que alberga gran cantidad de recursos minerales como hierro, caliza, polimetálicos, entre otros. En el centro de la concesión se encuentra el grupo Farallones, el cual tiene el mayor potencial en cuanto a producción de esmeraldas se refiere, debido a que este grupo de rocas contienen estructuras y discontinuidades geológicas más representativas de la zona. El proyecto tiene un alto potencial esmeraldífero, debido a que alberga estructuras geológicas importantes, en las cuales se alberga la mayor concentración de esmeraldas. Dentro de estas discontinuidades se destacan las fallas Los Guácharos, La Pichonera y Cubierta, además del anticlinal Golpe de Agua, venas, brechas y bancos, en los cuales encontramos los tan apreciados minerales con los que cuenta el proyecto Malacara. En el título encontramos afloramientos de caolín, material asociado a las venas de esmeraldas, afloramientos de hierro, de origen hidrotermal. El proyecto cuenta con una detallada exploración técnica que se evidencia en trabajos como túneles de exploración. En el título se localizan 6 túneles de exploración que suman 495 metros de excavación, desarrollados en altimetrías que van desde los 2.259 metros sobre el nivel del mar hasta los 2.191 metros sobre el nivel del mar. El proyecto Malacara analiza, digitaliza y recopila toda la información recolectada en el campo con el fin de crear modelos tridimensionales que permitan entender de forma adecuada el comportamiento de las estructuras geológicas, además de ser un mecanismo de control para las labores ejecutadas y con esto mejorar la productividad general del proyecto. Además de la herramienta de representación 3D, el proyecto le apuesta a la exploración satelital, la cual es alimentada por bases de datos globales pertenecientes a instituciones dedicadas al estudio de la Tierra, como la NASA y la Agencia Espacial Europea. En este momento, el proyecto está por iniciar su etapa productiva y el planeamiento minero es fundamental para cumplir con el compromiso de hacer minería bien hecha. Dentro de las labores prospectadas se plantea el avance de labores de conexión que permitan unir los túneles de exploración de cotas elevadas con los de elevaciones bajas. Estos trabajos tendrían una longitud de 129 metros, en los que se espera intersectar zonas productivas a los 33 metros de avance. Además, se plantea desarrollar túneles de desarrollo que suman 120 metros de avance, en los cuales se espera entrar en zonas productivas a los 10 metros de avance. Todas estas labores se ejecutan con el fin de delimitar un primer nivel de explotación, además de servir como puente con niveles más profundos. Malacara, minería bien hecha.
Bueno, creo que se escuchó bien el video.
Sí, señor, se escuchó muy bien.
Bueno, muy amable. Bueno, el proyecto se encuentra ubicado en esta parte del cinturón esmeraldífero de Oriente, como está aquí el polígono. Y la mineralización, como ya lo explicó en el video, hace parte de las zonas de influencia de la zona de la falla de Chivor, que viene acá, y esta es la parte de la falla de la zona de Chalá y Santa Rosa, que es una zona bastante productiva y reconocida mundialmente. Igualmente se encuentra en el área de exploración para geoclase. Como podemos determinar aquí, a través del fallamiento de las zonas productivas, que es zona minera, que es de alta producción de esmeraldas y geoclase. Los túneles tienen, como puede detallarse acá en el área, bastantes zonas productivas que han sido ya exploradas y con muestras de mineral que se acabó en producciones anteriores. Tenemos unos estudios detallados de las reservas de hierro y esmeralda y contamos con un detallado muestreo de análisis de los minerales del laboratorio. Bueno, a grandes rasgos, este es uno de los proyectos que contamos para poner en oferta y nuestro interés en este momento es alrededor de unos $2 millones para inversión y desarrollo de la explotación del área. No estamos dispuestos a escuchar propuestas, ofertas de iniciativa para ofrecer en venta, una participación accionaria o inversión, de acuerdo a cualquier propuesta que nos hagan las empresas. Esto a grandes rasgos es nuestro proyecto. También cuenta con un área muy hermosa que está en el área del título para hacer un proyecto de turismo, proyecto minero turístico. Eso es en este momento nuestra propuesta y oferta. Muy amable por la oportunidad que nos brindó la Agencia Nacional de Minería.
Señor Alzate, muchas gracias a usted por su presentación. Me agradezco infinitamente. Quiero recordarles a todos los asistentes que en el chat del evento también van a encontrar el correo para el agendamiento de las reuniones una a una y además información de interés sobre esta rueda de negocio. Seguimos con el señor Luis Antonio Torres, del proyecto minero Palomas, a quien le doy la bienvenida.
Muy buenos días.
Muy buenos días, don Luis Antonio, ¿cómo está? Adelante con su presentación, por favor.
Miguel, muy buenos días. Buenos días a todos los participantes de esta rueda de negocios 2022. Soy Luis Antonio Torres, titular minero del proyecto EDI 112, ubicado en Cachalá, Cundinamarca, Colombia. Seguimos, por favor. Siguiente. El presente documento informa a los inversionistas interesados en conocer el proyecto GDI 112 para la exploración y explotación de esmeraldas y demás minerales concesibles en el municipio de Cachalá, departamento de Cundinamarca, República de Colombia. El objeto de este informe preliminar es dar a conocer los puntos más relevantes de este gran proyecto esmeraldífero y minero en el cinturón esmeraldífero oriental. Destacamos el estado general del proyecto, situación jurídica, posición geográfica, vías de acceso, seguridad en la región, aspectos ambientales e importancia minera. Siguiente. Seguimos, por favor. Título minero. El título minero GDI 112 está localizado en el cinturón esmeraldífero oriental, donde se encuentra la formación Santa Rosa y las fallas de Murca, Vega de San Juan, El Gualí, San Fernando y El Frijol. En esta región oriental se han encontrado esmeraldas de gran calidad como la Emilia de 7.025 quilates y el Monstruo de 16.020 quilates en la mina Las Cruces. Estas están ubicadas a 700 metros aproximadamente del lindero del título en referencia. El doctor Gastón Giuliani, muy conocido internacionalmente, describe las esmeraldas de Gachalá como uno de los cristales más bellos del mundo. Igualmente se extraen euclasas de alta calidad. El municipio de Gachalá se encuentra ubicado a 120 kilómetros de Bogotá por vía pavimentada, sin problemas de orden público, batallón del Ejército Nacional a 30 minutos del proyecto, Policía Nacional, autoridades municipales, autoridad minera, la Agencia Nacional de Minería ANM y la autoridad ambiental Corpoguar. Seguimos. En la imagen 1 encontramos el Cerro La Pichonera, es una de las partes fundamentales del proyecto. Allí encontramos la presencia de calizas. El área del título minero GDI 112 comprende una extensión de 327 hectáreas y 7.813 metros cuadrados en un solo polígono. Miramos gráficamente en la siguiente filmina cómo está referenciado. Seguimos, por favor. Georreferenciación, la fuente Agencia Nacional de Minería. Resaltamos el título que está en verde, 327 hectáreas. Aquí podemos encontrar al fondo la represa del Guávido. Seguimos. Registro minero. El registro minero fue expedido por Ingeominas en su momento, de acuerdo a la ley 685 del Código Minero. Aquí podemos encontrar los titulares, 327 hectáreas, y estamos en este momento hasta el 2037, prorrogable de acuerdo al Código de Minas hasta el 2067. Seguimos. Estado jurídico y estudios técnicos. Código del expediente GDI 112, registro minero del 27 de junio del 2007 por Ingeominas. El PTO aprobado por la Agencia Nacional de Minería mediante auto GSC 52 del 17 de agosto del 2012. Contamos con licencia ambiental aprobada por Corpoguavio mediante resolución 407 del 30 de junio del 2016. Estudios técnicos. Hemos realizado varios estudios técnicos, entre ellos la firma de ingenieros Ingetec, estudios técnicos y bibliográficos por diferentes geólogos reconocidos en el sector. Contamos con los estudios realizados por la Agencia Nacional de Minería, la plancha 229 del Servicio Geológico Colombiano, entre otros autores. En la imagen 4 podemos apreciar la esmeralda La Emilia, en la cual reposa en el Museo de Washington. Y esta Emilia fue la que salió a 700 metros aproximadamente de donde tenemos nuestro título minero EDI 112. Seguimos, por favor. Posicionamiento a nivel global. De acuerdo al doctor Gastón Giuliani, en el 2019, podemos ver los depósitos de esmeraldas y sus minerales. En este diagrama ternario, visualiza los principales tipos de depósitos de esmeraldas en función de sus conjuntos minerales típicos, como alejandrita, euclasa, fenaquita y corindón. Acá podemos apreciar en la pirámide donde está Colombia, Gachalá. Gachalá hace referencia a la esmeralda y a la euclasa. En esta gráfica del doctor Giuliani es la única parte en el mundo que resalta la euclasa. La presencia de euclasa allí es muy importante en esta región del oriente de Cundinamarca. Seguimos, por favor. Las esmeraldas de Gachalá. La revista científica del Reino Mineral, número 46 de agosto del 2002, titulada Historia, Génesis y Descubrimientos Paleontológicos, cuyos autores, el doctor Pierre, Gastón Giuliani, Jean-Claude Fischer, Pierre Jacques Chapiero y otros, hacen referencia al potencial de las minas de la Vega de San Juan, el Gualí, Mata de Fique, Las Cruces, el Diamante, el Perro, el Toro y Matecaña. Minas cercanas todas al proyecto GDI 112. Igualmente resaltan la falla de San Fernando, cuyas formaciones geológicas se remontan al Cretácico inferior y Paleozoico. En esta figura encontramos a Palomas con sus respectivas fallas. Todas convergen en el río Botatas, el cual queda en la mitad del proyecto GDI 112. Aquí podemos resaltar también la mina Mata de Fique, la cual hace parte del proyecto minero en referencia. Aquí pues encontramos en esta zona la ubicación de los depósitos de Gachalá, con los exquisitos negros de Cretácico inferior y las formaciones metamórficas de la falla de San Fernando, de acuerdo a Bouliet, Giuliani, Fischer y Chapiero, en el 2002. Seguimos, por favor. Geología general. Podemos apreciar la geología del GDI 112. Pues encontramos aquí las fallas que hemos mencionado anteriormente. En el título GDI 112 convergen 5 fallas, las cuales están resaltadas en este plano geológico. Seguimos, por favor. Cinturón esmeraldífero oriental. En la imagen 8 encontramos las zonas potenciales del cinturón oriental y resaltamos en el cuadro que está en rojo, Palomas. Aquí, Palomas es un caserío muy famoso en Gachalá. Seguimos, por favor. ¿Por qué invertir en el proyecto GDI 112 en explotación de esmeraldas? Primero, los estudios técnicos y geológicos realizados en la zona de fallamiento del título minero GDI 112 demuestran el gran potencial del esmeraldífero oriental. Es una zona con bastante valor agregado para los inversionistas, debido a que la mina no ha sido explotada. Las esmeraldas y euclasas extraídas en el sector son de alto valor comercial por su color, pureza, brillo y dureza, lo cual certifica la alta calidad y el reconocimiento de las piedras preciosas a nivel mundial. Segundo, los inversionistas podrán explorar y explotar otros minerales concesibles, entre ellos la euclasa y las calizas. Tercero, el proyecto GDI 112 es geográficamente estratégico por su cercanía a Bogotá, vía de acceso pavimentada, servicios públicos, sin problemas de orden público, presencia de autoridades del Estado como Batallón del Ejército Nacional a 30 minutos del proyecto, Policía Nacional, Alcaldía Municipal, acuerdos con la comunidad y trabajamos en equipo. Cuarto, contamos con PTO aprobado, licencia ambiental aprobada. Aquí también resaltamos que tenemos arqueología aprobada, resolución de Corcovado para dar inicio a las labores de explotación de esmeraldas. Ya podemos iniciar en 3 bocaminas en este momento. Quinto, estabilidad jurídica del Estado colombiano a sus inversionistas, lo cual permite proyectar su compañía a largo plazo con el acompañamiento de entidades públicas y privadas, Autoridad Minera, la Agencia Nacional de Minería y la Autoridad Ambiental Corcovado. Estos son uno de los principales motivos y razones por el cual los invitamos a nuestros inversionistas a que vengan a explorar y explotar en el oriente esmeraldífero de Gachalá. Seguimos, por favor. Continuamos. Aquí los invito a que consulten las referencias, las fuentes de consulta. Seguimos las siguientes imágenes. Evidenciamos en esta imagen 9 la represa del Guavio, muy cercano aquí está el proyecto, a 8 kilómetros. Seguimos. Esta es parte de la vía de acceso muy cercana a Corpo Guavio, vía pavimentada en buen estado. Continuamos. Caserío de Palomas en la imagen 11. Aquí podemos llegar a hospedarnos, contamos con un hotel de un vecino, tiene 15 habitaciones individuales con baño privado y ducha caliente. Y Euclasa, estas Euclasas se encontraron en el sector por un habitante de la zona. Continuamos. Parte de donde se puede construir campamentos, equipos, helipuerto. Seguimos. Río Piscine, Quebrada Frijolito. Seguimos. Y con esto damos continuidad a nuestro proyecto minero GDI 112. Estamos muy agradecidos y quedamos atentos a los inversionistas interesados en comprar acciones o asociarse. Muy amable, feliz día.
Muchísimas gracias a usted, señor Torres. Y por último, y como cierre a este importante bloque de presentaciones, quiero dar la bienvenida al señor Mario Blanco Alzate, del proyecto minero El Tinajo. Un saludo y adelante, por favor. Adelante con su presentación. Señor Mario Blanco, ¿me escucha?
Aló.
Perfecto.
Aló. Yo había empezado a hablar y no me escucharon, pero bueno.
Tranquilo, no hay problema. Por favor, adelante con su presentación.
Listo, claro que sí. Nosotros somos la mina de esmeraldas del Tinajo. We are the Tinajo Emerald Mine, located in Gachala, Cundinamarca. Our mining title is EL9111. First of all, we would like to thank National Mining Agency, the Colombian government, and all the attendees for your time. Also, we would like to recognize the big effort made because these spaces brings opportunities to territories, social investments, and generates economic growth. We will start with a 1-minute video where you will see like a small overview of our project. And after that, we will show you a show presentation. This is a great investment opportunity with you, the Tinajo Emerald Mine. This was a short video where you could see where is the location of our mine that is very close to community. Our project is 86 hectares and a half. It's located in Gachala, and our contract was registered on the mining registry on October of 2006. So we are in exploitation stage. We have PTO approved and also environmental license grant since 2013. In this slide, you can see the national paved roads going from Bogota to the mine. Our mine is El Tinajo project that is located in this green point. So from this place in paved road, you go through secondary roads to the project with great conditions of ways. Here is like a close-up of our project, or in red, you will see the pathways, and in blue, you will see the streams inside our mining title. And in this slide, you will see the geological basin from the Eastern Colombia Cordillera or mountain range, where is located the emerald deposits in Colombia. So we are located in the eastern. So we are here in Gachala in this place. This is like the geology. We are located in Palomas, as the last project show. They are we are neighbors in the project. We are over formation Santa Rosa. That is the formation that has where you can find the emeralds. So this is like the regional geology in the left upper side, and the big picture is like a local geology, where you will see how the faults are located, and that we are over Santa Rosa formation. We have exceptional geological conditions of formation with the sedimentary rocks, rich in organic matter, black shells. The emerald mineralization is in place in breccias, veins, and also fault walls. These faults are having a north-northeast strike and are affecting lower Mesozoic strata. The Tinajo Emerald Mine, as I told you before, is over Santa Rosa formation, and we have 3 faults inside our concession. This was like a study made by very well-recognized scientists that works in emeralds. It's a publication in a magazine, L'Oregne Mineral. Part of the scientist is Gaston Giuliani, and he's showing here the historic, the genesis, and the paleontologic discoveries. We are here in Palomas, so we have many mines around us, and we are inside the place we can find the emeralds. Also, Gachala have been studied for more than 50 years. In here, in this slide, you will find some of those studies. And Gachala emerald deposits, our project in Santa Rosa formation. We are in the eastern emerald belt. Gachala is well known in the world because of the very high quality extracted gemstones. In the Tinajo project, there are emerald and emerald classes. I will show you some pictures. All pictures that you will see are from inside our project, is not pictured from other places. There are mines around, and El Monstruo and Emilia were found in Gachala, very close to our project. El Monstruo was 16,000 carats, and Emilia was 7,000 carats. So in here you will see the pit head that you also could see it in the video. This is the camp and aerial photographic and the camp. In here, our team, we are very committed with security. Actually, we are part of the project Herramientas para la Vida del Minero, tools from mining life. In here are some pictures inside the mine, our machines and tools room. Here are some samples taken out from our mine, where you can see that we really have class. This is in here, you will see like classes, and here you will see emeralds. And these are some stones that were taken from our mine. So we have emeralds, green emeralds, and we also have classes from our project. Thank you, and we invite you to review our mining projects that have a very great potential. Thank you very much.
Gracias, señor Blanco.
Muchas gracias.
Y con esto damos por finalizada la ronda de presentaciones. Le agradezco la atención de todos los participantes y expositores. Señores clientes e inversionistas potenciales, recuerden que si desean sostener reuniones uno a uno con las empresas expositoras, deben escribir al correo electrónico promoción@anm.gov.co, indicando el nombre de la empresa oferente con la cual desean reunirse. La Agencia Nacional de Minería preparará la agenda de reuniones y les informará oportunamente a los participantes. A partir de este momento, los representantes de la Agencia Nacional de Minería estarán atentos a sus solicitudes y procederán a preparar la agenda de reuniones, la cual informaremos oportunamente a los interesados vía correo electrónico, con las indicaciones técnicas necesarias para conectarse a cada reunión. Les recordamos también que la transmisión de este evento estará disponible en nuestro canal institucional de YouTube, Agencia Nacional de Minería, y toda la información ampliada de esta rueda en la sección especializada de ruedas de negocios de nuestro sitio web para inversionistas, mineriacolombia.anm.gov.co. Agradecemos a todos los participantes de esta jornada y esperamos que sea una nueva ventana de oportunidades para todos los actores relacionados con la industria de las esmeraldas en Colombia y en los demás países que nos acompañan el día de hoy. Les deseo un feliz día.